Yeah, welcome back to another edition of my tech journey. My name is Ayokunle Ajishafe. I'm your tech rookie. I'm sorry you guys did not get a video from us last week. It's not because I don't want to do video. I was very, very busy. I was running some things and, I was overwhelmed. And in the course of that program, I also met a tech boss that is here in the studio with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in the studio Anthony Obed Ugochukwu. People call him Mr. Sabi. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So why do they call you Mr. Sabi? Or why are you called Mr. Sabi? Are you related to Sabinus?
I'm not related to Sabinus in any way. They call me Mr. Sabi very simply because I'm the team lead at an organization, team lead and CEO at an organization on a Sabi programmer. So over time, I can't even remember how it started, but it just started. A few months after Sabi programmers kicked off, I started hearing Mr. Sabi, Mr. Sabi, and that was
how they just baptized you, Mr. Sabi.
So
quickly, let's talk about your journey into the tech world. How did you find yourself in the tech world, then teaching tech guys?
All right. My journey to the tech world was a bit, nothing too interesting about it. It started when I was in school. It was my final year, and then it was born out of, a few guys then in my hostel were having a conversation, and then, this tech thing and the idea that you can actually build things and, people around the world can use it and stuff like that, So during that long vacation, I decided to start something in tech. I enrolled in an academy then in Lagos, and it has been, that period was not easy because having to shuttle between school and the academy, and it was not easy, man, because my school, I was still in school final year, and it was in Unizik. I'm originally from Unizik.
Giants! Yes. You see, Unizik students, they represent anytime.
Yes, so, and from time to time, I remember in a year, I had to, report to Lagos, to the academy I was learning about 3 or 4 times per year. And being a final year student, it wasn't really easy. But I was determined to do it because even while I was learning, it's something I loved, and I just couldn't stop. So after school, of course, we continued, went for service here in Akure. A lot of people do not know, but it's actually NYSC that brought
you to Akure.
Yes, that brought me to Akure. That was in 2018. The whole of 2019, I used it for my service here. Still doing tech, and after service, myself and a few other people, because even during service, some persons still, because they knew I was into tech and all of those things, so I had people meet me like, Alpha, teach me this thing now. You're always on a laptop, you're always doing this, you're always doing that. I mean, me and the teacher. So that was how it started. We started teaching a few of them, and over time, after service, I wanted to just stop because the academic thing wasn't my thing, the teaching thing wasn't really my thing. So I was telling them to go online and check for that this is Akure. There will be a lot of institutions that teach these things, right? But then the feedback I got from some of them, I remember a very good friend of mine then, Darlington, my guy then. So it was CEO that I have to teach him this thing. So the request kept coming. So after service, we decided to stay back, take this teaching thing. It started play, and we formed an academy. We started from the FUTA, the tech hub in FUTA, Akure Tech Hub. Yeah, that was where we had our first set of training. Before then, we've been doing one-on-one classes until a friend of mine too, Dave, CEO Dave Cruz Leather Works Academy.
Yeah, I know Dave
him.
Cruz.
So he was one that met me. He has been a very good friend right from service here, right? So he met me one day and was like, this one-on-one thing you've been teaching, why don't you try to
Expand.
organize it, have a group, this thing? And that was how we started. We went to Accra Tech Hub, had a partnership agreement with them, and we had our first class. It was awesome. The hub was filled up. Almost more than 200 people were there. And then, after that, it was just a testament that people liked what we were doing. So from then, we had the second badge and the third badge. And, like that, over the years, we've been able to then eventually get our own space. And by the grace of God, here we are.
So you have heard from Mr. Sabi. He had good friends. So be careful the kind of people you keep around you. If the people around you had depressed you, have drowned you, and discouraged you, you will not be here. What did you study in Unizik?
Totally different from
But what did you study?
Human anatomy, actually.
Human anatomy.
Yes,
wow.
It has nothing to do with tech, actually. Yes.
That's crazy. That's not in the tech space. So how has it been for you in the tech world? How has the tech world been for you? How lucrative has it been for you?
It has been extremely amazing, man. I encourage everyone. See, no matter what you're doing, you just have to have a tech skill. I don't know if you understand. And you don't necessarily have to be like guys like us that have, come in and we are doing it full time and stuff like that. No matter whether you're a businessman, whatever it is, just find. And by tech, it's not necessarily programming. It's not necessarily the coding part. There are so many amazing areas of tech that doesn't even have to do with coding, that can not just even make you, not just even triple your income, but even maximize your productivity in terms of, how you do your business regularly. So I absolutely recommend it. And for me, it has been an absolute life changer because, also looking at how we started, because then before service, when I was at home, those period between after school and before service, being at home, and your parents, my parents at least, didn't really understand the whole tech thing, and seeing you with laptop every day, they were very scared because the mentality,
the Yahoo boys mentality.
So they are like, may police no come one day, come carry this guy, and it was really. But for someone like me, of course, I knew what I was working towards, and the consistency was there, to be honest. And then over the years, it has tremendously paid off, because apart from the financial gain, which of course is there, I mean, we've been able to come up with Sabi programmers, which, apart from the fact that it's a business and it's running as a business, but you also have to look at what the business does in the aspect that it is really, it's really impacting people. And like I tell most of my students, the joy for someone like me and a true teacher, actually, the joy I gain is not really in that money you pay me, right? Because check how much you won't pay me. In a batch of students, we might have close to 20, 30, and we can have like, maybe let's take data analysis, for example, we might have 20, 25 in a batch, web, the same thing, and so on and so forth. And perhaps at the moment, our current rate is around maybe 150K or thereabouts. Now, I used to tell them, all of you seated here, right? If you calculate all the money that you will pay everybody, that one project that I can get, can take care of everything, right? Can even pay double of it, right? But with this realization, why are people like us still doing the education part of tech? Because Sabi programmers could have actually decided to go full time into just project building. Of course, we do that. We've done for a couple of both government agencies and private organizations, right? But then we are still doing the education thing. And I tell them it's just because of the fact that we are seeing results in terms of the impact it is making. We've had people that have not just working, like they are here in Nigeria, but they've gained employment with companies outside the country. And the skill they are using are skills they learned from Sabi programmers. We've also had people that have traveled outside the country and they are working there where they are with the skill they learned here at Sabi programmers. I don't know if you understand. I tell them that a lot, that these are where some of us, this is where our joy comes from. Not really from the money, because it gives me joy that I'll be at home one evening, someone would text me or call me, Mr. Sabi, this company just gave me this offer. I don't know if you understand. Just a few weeks ago, a lady called and I could feel the excitement in her
voice.
In her voice. Yes, she just got a position with a company in Ibadan. She finished from a cyber security course, and those are where some of us gain.
So let me ask a question before I ask you the final question.
All right.
So, which is your own specialty in all the value chain in the tech industry?
All right. So I program. I'm into software development. I build majority of apps, web apps, mobile apps.
Okay, that's your own core.
Yeah.
All right. Now, finally, before I let you go, let's talk about, you have a program that is forthcoming. Yes. Now, I must say this. This episode is sponsored by Sabi Programmer.
Sure.
So you are especially sponsored by Sabi Programmer. Let's talk about your event that is forthcoming. You have you're organizing a conference.
Yes. So we have is a tech event coming up at the Dome. It's like a 2-in-1 event. It's a tech event and it also doubles as our joint graduation ceremony. It's an event that we are expecting over 1,000 attendees, not just our students, but also the youth, the young ones, people that are new into tech, people that are looking for a path into tech. The event is primarily meant for 2 people that they've been hearing this tech thing, right? But they don't really know how to start. They don't know which one is the best for me. How should I start? Should I do data analysis? Should I do product design, coding? What is the best test skill for me? These are the set of people that this event is meant for. Another set of people are also those people that they just started, but their foundation is a bit shaky. I just finished learning. What should be my
next step?
Next step. What lies ahead of me in the tech world? So these are the people that the event is actually targeted towards. All those we have an array of speakers, right? Put from Lagos, from Abuja, and a good number of them still within the Akure
space.
Yes. So the event is categorized into 2. We have the pure tech session and we also have the business and the entrepreneurship session. So in the business and the entrepreneurship session, we part of our guests, top men and women that are really experienced in the business world. The co-founder CEO of Nigeria Food, she would also be there. Very renowned businesswoman. An interesting story. I encourage everyone to be present on that day to hear her story. It's a story she has shared once with me, and an amazing one. Ageless will also be there.
Grace.
Grace.
All right. So he's still going to come back. We're going to bring Sabi programmer, Mr. Sabi, back to come and talk more. In fact, that episode is going to be dedicated more towards the program. Yeah. But just as a tip of the iceberg, when is the program coming?
So the program is coming up on the 9th of November. Yes, and it's happening at the Dome Event Center, Alagbaka.
9th is which day of the year?
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
That means that you can watch out by 2nd. The episode before the 9th, we're going to be talking mainly about the events.
Yes, and it will be streamed live.
It's going to be streamed live. I'll also be there live and give you more. So, any final word before I let you go on this episode?
All right. So, of course, there are a lot of words. I don't know the one that they find
Just drop one so that we'll go because of our time.
All right. So, you can never go wrong with tech. Whatever you do, try to have one tech knowledge or the other. And the event coming up on the 9th, Explore 1.0, is an event you should be there to find out more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sabi. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You have heard from him. He studies human anatomy, and now he's a tech guru, Mr. Sabi. I want to encourage you. One, surround yourselves with people that will help your life, that will grow your life, and also ensure that you acquire at least one tech skill. Till I come your way again next time, my name remains Ayokunle Ajishafe. Please endeavor to subscribe, like, and share this video. Big shout outs to Sophia Studios and everyone that has made this episode a grand success. Thank you. God bless you.